For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello and welcome to Attwoolls Outdoors with me, Mike. Today I'm giving you guys a bit of a product review on a brand new awning from Kampa Dometic. This here is the Rally Air All Season 260. So what basically Kampa have kind of done is actually took a size that's been very popular and basically upspec'd it into the all season fabric. So it's one of the smallest all seasonal awnings you'll pretty much find on the market, and because obviously it's air, it's very quick and easy to do so. You can check out our own Attwoolls pitching and packing video. So I've got a video of me pitching this very awning. It took me no longer than about 6-7 minutes to sort of get it pegged out, guide out the work. So it's very quick and easy. So in theory, there's no reason you can't use this as more of a touring awning, but kind of a better spec touring awning, if you will. And yet again, because you can move the side panels out from the awning itself, it helps to reduce the weight of it, making it easy to slide through the rail. And if you want something that's not over the big in size, but you don't want to compromise on sort of the spec of the fabric, it works probably nicely. It's got a much more stronger sort of resilience to UV. So if you're going across to Europe and you want something small and portable, that's probably a really good idea. But also if you're planning on having it for quite a few weeks at a time, continuously, that's when the fabric comes into its own. Comes included with the storm straps to match as well, so that's again something a little bit of saving on an extra you would normally have to pay for. But it's quite a small, compact unit. So basically, the fabric they've used for a number of years now, and actually it's something they've tested quite literally in sort of the heats of Australia and sort of the coldness of sort of the Alps. So they've really put it through its paces and been happy with it. And it's something they've used for about 5-6 years. But it's becoming more and more kind of seasonal product that we're used to, and certainly with the temperature differences we're having, and certainly the amount of sunshine or rain we're having, it's not a bad idea to consider this as sort of maybe like an upgrade to your current Rally. One thing you can see is you've got beautiful crystal clear windows to get plenty of light into it, but also the curtains, which we'll see on the inside in just a moment, to have that privacy when you want it. As I said, the two side doors can completely remove, but also the front doors can roll to the side, so they can't be removed as such, but you can happily unzip it, roll it to the side one way, and that way use this as an entrance way. So you've got lots of flexibility and you can come in any way you like. You've also got 4 zip runners on there, so if you wanted to, you can create yourself like a bit of a veranda to allow a bit of airflow going in place. And I'll show you the second zip located behind that panel in a moment, so you can have a mesh panel in place at the same time. Every sort of extra you've got currently, which is Kampa, will still be compatible and still work with the all season. It's just the fact, so things like the carpets, or even things like the your limpets, your rear upright poles, your additional lighting systems, it's all, you can all mix and match it in the whole range. It's quite good that having one thing and upgrading to another, you can still benefit that. But generally what I also would recommend is something if you're looking on lights of extras, so you can actually put annexes on either side. So if you want to make it a little bit bigger or wanted to accommodate sleeping someone inside of there, a guest, or grandkids or something like that, you can unzip this whole panel, buy an additional annex matching the all season fabric, so in theory you can leave it all the time. Alternatively, if you want something more like a conservatory, okay, it might not match fabric, but practicality wise it will still fit the all season model. Then you just pop it up and down as and when you need it. But we'll talk through a few more features about the all season as we head inside to have a look. So let's see what it has to offer. So now inside the all season, you can probably get a bit more of a grasp for sort of the modest amount of space you've got inside of here. Obviously it's only 260, so 2.6 meters wide, but that sort of 2.5 meters depth gives you enough space to have somewhere just to leave, I don't know, tables and chairs or something like that for a couple. So I think it offers an adequate amount of space for what it is. Admittedly, it's more designed for someone that doesn't want something too big, just need an extra bit of space to pop their wet stuff down before going in the caravan, just offering that little bit more flexibility and spacing. Overall, Kampa use their airframe system, so it's a 1-point inflation. So a single inflation point pumps up the whole awning itself. So all you immediately do, like our pitching videos, is feed it onto the caravan, peg the back 2 corners down, pump it up, and then you're good to go from there. So very quick and easy, and like I said, no more than about 6-7 minutes to do so. You've got the air distributes itself through these sort of valves, and again you've got isolation taps on every single valve, just means that every beam can then be completely singled out from one another. So if you, God forbid, had an issue, you can literally isolate that single beam, It's a zip that runs along the side of the beam itself. So that's sort of the outer casing. Just move it out of the way. Then there's an inner casing and a bladder in there. So the benefit of it is that it's sort of very well foreturned. Something that Kampa have done for a number of years now. So it's not really something new or trialing. And a lot of the beams we carry in spare parts anyway, or can get sent directly from Kampa if need be. But the all-season fabric and the casings around there are very much beefed up, so it's very, rough, sort of rough and ready, a bit more robust, and yet again just designed to be, as the name suggests, left up for a more continuous period. You've got a draft skirt supplied with it, but like I say, if you're leaving as a seasonal pitch and leave this alone for a while, I would recommend basically you'd have to take a draft skirt out to allow some sort of airflow inside the awning as well. Otherwise you find it gets quite warm and moist in here, and then you've got more chance, because the awnings are so well sealed now with the rear poles and the limpets, it becomes kind of quite a warm, moist area, and then you're more likely to get the likes of mould or mildew into the fabric. So ventilation is key, not even when you're using it, but also when you're not as well. As well as you've got high level ventilation up here as well to allow airflow to, again, just try and keep it a bit cooler. Other things as well is, generally because of the fabric, you tend to get a little bit less condensation because there's a bit more breathability of the fabric. But even so, the airflow and keeping itself will make a massive difference really in sort of helping fight condensation, because it is a real issue with these very waterproof fabrics these days. Clear-cut PVC windows in the front and also in the side as well, to allow you plenty of visibility and light, but then you've got the curtains to get the privacy when you want to. So there's a little sort of retainer clip just so, and a little bit of cord just stopping that from moving. It means you get a really nice solid coverage, great clarity. It means that you get that level of privacy when you want it. And again, just easy to put away, keep it neat and tidy, and gives that kind of more homely look with the kind of curtains you got here. Like I talked about on the outside, there's a secondary zip located here, so you can zip a pair of mesh panels onto the very front panels itself. And the joys yet again means that if you wanted to, you could create a little veranda thing like this, so you have an airflow, but also that secondary mesh. So on a warm day, certainly across Europe or even in the UK, with midges or moths for that matter about, it just gives you that bit more surety that you can get a circulation of air, keep it a bit more comfortable on the inside of the awning, but then again, you've got the safety that you're not having living Lord of Flies come flying in. You've got saber light points, so you can actually put little Velcro tabs are pre-stitched into the awning, and you can have saber lights linked in, and again you can run 3 lights off one socket with the starter and the add-on kits, so it's worth having a look at. And there's a remote control so you can dim it, but you can check out our separate video we've done for that on those particular lights as well. You've got things that you probably wouldn't necessarily think about, like the ability of as we talked about, that panel, side panels can be completely removed and if need be switched round. So what that would do is it would change the position of the door. Rather than being the door at the back of the awning, it will then be at the front of the awning. Means that when you come out of the caravan and you're not going to trip over the step every single time you have to go out the door, or shut the caravan door for that matter. So especially when it's a smaller compact size like the 260 we have here, it does make quite a bit of a difference really. Yet again, what you can do is you've got a mesh door located on there, as well as a mesh window on one of the sides. So it's that ventilation sort of thing I'm going to keep banging on about, because it is very, very crucial. Overall, I think it's a really nice, quite smart awning. With the flexibility of having annexes on either side as you want to, and yet again, just going for that more rugged fabric, I feel that it's going to be more lifespan in it, and maybe people won't use it as it's intended. Like I said, not use it purely just if you're going and set it up for a month on end, but if you're going across, you want something, something that's sort of still kind of fairly lightweight, but very more durable, but not too big. I think it kind of hits that bit more of a smaller market, and generally it's something different. You don't see too much of this sort of size without spending quite a lot of money, but then you've also got the hassle of putting it up every single time. So that's where certainly the airframe and the air system comes into its very much own. But yeah, really smart model. Certainly a lot of talking points that we've been through. But by all means, let us know what you think. Comment below, check our link into our website and have a look at what we're doing on the current deal prices we've got going on the all-season model. But that's everything really from us here at Attwoolls, and that is our video review on the Kampa Dometic Rally 260 all-season.